Well, it seems like Onexplayer have teased us with something that could potentially shake up the handheld marketplace even just a little bit, especially with Lenovo seemingly doubling the price of the Legion Go 2 in America. We have seen the tease from Onexplayer for their new 8.8-inch OLED Strix Halo lineup handheld, and this is pretty exciting. It's just a tease for now, and weirdly, they're calling this the Onexplayer X2 Mini, despite the fact that the Mini is larger than the normal. Typical weird naming scheme from these companies, but we've got some information from them, wanted to share it with you, and where this sits in this world of these higher end handhelds, and if it can actually compete with the space that seems like it might even be made vacant from the Lenovo Legion Go 2. The Onexplayer X2 Mini is using the same or similar 8.8-inch OLED panel, and that's the really exciting bit, because we all know from our hands-on experience with the Legion Go 2 that OLED works incredibly well, especially when you've got that kind of higher horsepower grunt behind it that the Lenovo variant does. Any kind of worries of OLED VRR flicker seems to be non-existent, and I imagine the same is going to be true with something that's going to sit at the high end like this device. 8.8-inch OLED though, that is really exciting. And of course, like I say, this is another entry into the Strix Halo lineup, the second one from this company, and we're seeing more and more coming here. I'm hoping that more of the mainstream ones might step into this space too. We are, of course, talking about the Ryzen AI Max Plus 395, so a lot of processing power there on this. It's going to be really exciting. The only other real tangible bits of information come from the kind of physical parts of this. It is apparently going to be using the external 85 watt hour battery. And interestingly, you're also going to get some detachable controllers and a keyboard attachment as well. So I think they're going to be aiming this as that kind of super versatile device that you could use as a handheld gaming device, but also use perhaps as a laptop or that tabletop play. So it kind of sits in that really versatile space that, let's face it, Lenovo probably occupy best at the moment. And with the other news that came out today, that on the US site for Lenovo, that the Legion Go 2 2TB model, the Z2 Extreme, was coming in at $2,900, I think, also just shy, which is an almost doubling of the launch price. We haven't seen the same price for that device in the UK. It still seems to be at the post-increase price of, I think that's £1,500 here. And in different US retailers, the Lenovo Legion Go 2 is still sitting at the lower increased price, if that makes sense, of, I think it was a crazy $1,900 that one has been raised up to. But also, on the Lenovo site, it's unavailable to buy, which obviously sits just before they're launching the SteamOS variant of this. So it's very confusing as to what Lenovo are actually doing with their Legion Go 2, the top-end version, the Z2E version, what they're actually doing with that device with the price rising so high. And if they are going to vacate that space, which I can't see how, but if they are, then there is a gaping hole in the market for not just that 8.8-inch OLED, which is super beautiful to play with, but also that super versatile kind of high-powered device as well, which it seems like this device may sit in. We have absolutely zero word on pricing for this, so we could all be very wrong. And let's face it, at the moment, with everything kind of going crazy with prices, it seems like we could be wrong on this, and it could just sit up there at those crazy prices. And of course, bear in mind, we had things like the AO Neo Next 2 as well, very recently being removed from pre-sale or pausing their pre-sale because they can't afford to sell it at the retail price, which was up to $4,000 for the highest configuration for that. And that was using the same Strix Halo processing. So who knows what price this is going to sit at. There's also some word as well, and I'm hearing this directly from our Discord community, which, you know, is a beautiful place to be, so thanks for the heads up there. But I'm also hearing some word that Lenovo may have had some kind of exclusivity over that specific 8.8-inch OLED panel up until 12 months period, which would take us to around that September-October time, which may give us a clear indication of when they are thinking of dropping this device, when Onexplayer will finally drop the X2 Mini. But yes, the X2 Mini is larger than the Onexplayer Apex, which is weird. So weird naming configuration. It does have an OLED screen. It is 8.8 inches. It does have detachable Joy-Cons, let's call them that, because that's what they are. And it is coming. We've got some teasers from it, which is, let's face it, it's just exciting to see. Exciting to see the bleeding edge being pushed. and if Lenovo are really going to fumble the ball on this and maybe even vacate that space altogether, which would be a real shame, but if they're going to price themselves out of the market, it then brings in these kind of slightly more expensive, slightly more niche devices towards the mainstream a little bit, and maybe they can price this at a point in which it does seem attractive enough. Who knows? But it's exciting to see, nevertheless, a new handheld that is being teased and coming into the market. Who knows what this is going to sit at? I really would love to get hold of one. I'm going to try my best and plead with them to see if we could borrow one, but we've never had much luck with these people. They're hard to get hold of, and they're hard to nail down to get devices. But if we do, we will get it, and then I will employ Andy to go full deep dive nerd on it like he always does and everything, because I'm just the one that laughs manically at videos. Which is actually a fair assessment of what we do here. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. Are you kind of excited by this tease? Are you as excited as I am to see another 8.8 OLED on the market in the handheld space? The same versatile kind of setup as the Legion Go 2, with those detachable Joy-Cons and the tabletop mode and an attachable keyboard as well, so you could potentially use this as a laptop, which kind of may give us a hint at the price that this is going to sit at. Anyway, we're going to dig into way more detail about this on the podcast on Friday once I get the big brains Andy involved, because let's face it, he's the brains of this operation. Perhaps you've got some questions about this you want to see us kind of discuss and stuff, leave them in the comments down below, and make sure you come back Friday for the podcast. But of course, there's more videos coming as well. I think we've got a video tomorrow about Replaced and will it run on the various handhelds, so that's kind of cool. So make sure you subscribe for that. Like this video, stick around for more handheld gaming content, and I will see you probably on Friday. Bye!